Good morning, my friends. Welcome back. Today we continue with the last of the 7 advices offered to us by the Sufi poet and scholar Rumi, who lived out his life in the 13th century. One of the most well-known and beloved masters in the history of Islam, his writing and poetries inspire us to reach for the very best of humanity, transcending religious boundaries, and encompasses all the common values of all religions. An inspiring and far-reaching teacher and guide for us. And so we've been taking time to reflect on his poem, The 7 Advices. Rumi tells us that in generosity and helping others, be like the river. In compassion, be like the sun, shining equally on everyone. In responding to others' faults, be like the night, quiet and accepting. In anger and fury, to be like the dead, to bury that fury. Let it lie fallow, let it spread out into the soil and be depleted. In humility, to be like the soil, the foundation of growth for others. And in our tolerance, to be like the ocean, whose movement flows in waves and currents and continues in every way to do just that, in full tolerance of all it is that we might do to the ocean. And we have certainly done plenty to our oceans. And yet that ocean continues with waves and currents and as much life as it can sustain. And we come to the 7th and final advice from Rumi, which goes like this. Either you appear as you are, or be as you appear. Either appear as you are, or be as you appear. In this last advice, Rumi is reflecting what other religious traditions have also reflected, and that is the truth that in any faith and knowledge, knowing without practicing will not bring fruit. It is the purpose of our faith and practice to bring fruit, the fruit of love and compassion, which do not have any religious boundaries. So let us be seated. Steady in your chair, with your back supported by the back of the chair, your spine reasonably straight, your legs relaxed, your hands in your lap or comfortably alongside you. And breathing in, draw that breath all the way into your chest. And expand your chest as large as it can go, as full of air as it can be, until your shoulders drop back, your neck becomes erect, and you feel that breath going through your head and down through the front of your face, relaxing your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids, your jaw, your neck. And on an out breath, notice how that energy flows all the way down your body, emptying and emptying and emptying, all the way out, so that that emptiness draws in the next breath of fullness. Breathing in, all the way up, slowly, letting that breath fill you. And as you breathe it out, very slowly, all the way to empty. Then allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm in your lower belly, moving ever so gently, just like it does. And so in Rumi's last advice to us, to be as we are and to appear as we are. His suggestion is that our outer appearance needs to reflect and match our inner self, and that this selecting and matching and flowing can come from the inside out or from the outside in. But we make every effort to be congruent, whole, and to take what we have and put that knowledge and faith into practice and action. Faith without works is dead, the Christian scriptures suggest. In the Buddhist tradition, faith is based on knowledge rather than belief. And so the guidance of the 3 basic steps to wisdom and compassion in Buddhism are listen, think, and practice. Think is to reflect, consider, check out, look into, be curious about the detail of anyone's teaching to which we have listened. And the final step is to put what we have learned, what we have developed in compassion, into practice, and allow that experience to become wisdom, from which we can draw into ourselves and offer to others in action. Either you appear as you are, or be as you appear. Thomas Keating said, from a different perspective about the same thing, the true self, appearing as one is and being as one appears. The true self is God's idea of who we are and our response. We could collect the words of many esteemed and valued and loved spiritual teachers, including Richard Rohr and Thomas Merton, who speak eloquently about this very same thing, to bring our actions, our beliefs, and our very being into congruence with one another, so that we become one true self, and a true self that is grounded in wisdom, compassion, willingness to serve, open to both joy and suffering as 2 parts of life, able to stand with others because we know who we are, we know what we believe, and we know how to express empathic compassion and action. So think about this in your life today, my friends. Reflect on the possibility of bringing compassion and action, who we appear to be and who we are, into congruence with one another. Consider an area where you believe that would really matter, where these 2 parts of self, in union with each other, could change what stands before you today. Either appear as you are or be as you appear. In generosity, compassion, responding to others' faults, to our own anger and fury, in our modesty and humility, and in our tolerance, let us go out and be as we appear. Be as we are. And bring who we are and the faith or knowledge that sustains us into action. Through mindfulness practice, reflections on self and other, the development of compassion, and grace in response to others, we can bring our whole selves, body, mind, spirit, knowledge, and action together as one whole, the true self as God sees us. Appear as you are, and be as you appear. Go out today, my friends, and see where you can practice this. Namaste. Amen.